You know, like I'd have like, you know, the VG Bootcamp 1, 2, and 3 open all at the same time, like whenever collision was like happening. Multi-twitching is great because you get to consume as much content as possible and there is never a dull moment. Because we must constantly keep our eyes fixated onto something, I suppose. That's what I do, at least. Anyways, guys, going on to the next game, EmoLord up against WebbJP.
Yeah, WebbJP, certainly a familiar name to those of us in the tri-state region, but I mean, when offline comes back, it's not like they were doing bad, you know, when it came to live events anyway.
Oh, now not at all. Definitely, like, the tri-state Lucas at the moment. But right now, really focusing on Zero Suit. We've heard from WebbJP, like, they're not, like, too confident working on the Lucas anymore.
Yeah, interesting, but also I can definitely see why. Looking for the Juice Smash 4 special. I saw that a little bit. Just a series of up airs into the boost kick. Sorry, if you got the kill, I would have said rocket kick. Don't worry about it, WebbJP. I got you back there. But nevertheless, going to be a back air from EmoLord and piling on this damage. And EmoLord obviously going to want a little bit more space than perhaps Smashville can provide. Not doing too poorly at the moment. I'm just not sure if this is sustainable. I don't know if this is super conducive to success unless EmoLord knows something about this. Or if you know something about this, Dara, that I simply do not.
I think they both just playing really patiently around each other. Neither of them have a particularly good feel quite yet of how the other moves. EmoLord is playing super safely. I really like the way that they're using charge shot off stage. However, when you do commit to projectiles like that, WebbJP can get a call out. WebbJP can try to get a call out with flip kick. And speaking of call outs with flip kick, EmoLord overcommitting to the charging of the smash attack and then just ends up dying for it. So when it comes to ledge trapping Zero Suit, you gotta call out flip kick and you gotta just be careful not to commit to too laggy options.
EmoLord right now just kind of yeah.
Kind of what, Stu?
Look, man, I cut myself off. That's my own fault, but the charge shot, EmoLord just finally getting that stock, but at what cost? Well, the cost is pretty evident at this point, isn't it?
It's WebbJP just moving around the stage so efficiently, doing what he does best, just making the most out of like those wave bounces and B reverses. Up smash gonna be punished. EmoLord tries to go for like a jab mix up there. Sometimes you can do like jab pivot grab back or you know, jab into charge shot if you catch the opponent's next option. Like the idea, but it is to some extent a guess on what your opponent does.
WebbJP is so in form right now. You're talking about someone who just last Juice Box took down so many big names. I'll read the list off later because I'm gonna miss some action if I do. EmoLord looking for that grab. And WebbJP knows how badly a tether can be punished if it misses. This is a Lucas main, Dara, we know. But EmoLord finally wins that stage control. It's going to be crucial for them to maximize it if they can get it. The charge shot straight to the back, 94%. WebbJP is not through the thick of it just yet. EmoLord winning the neutral interactions just a little bit more often now.
Look how often WebbJP is just quickly stealing back center stage for themselves using flip kick. EmoLord just has to be ready for it and try to get like one really good call out. As soon as you get that one really good call out, you can kill WebbJP for it. So right now, EmoLord just trying to do everything they can with these ledge mix-ups. An excellent idea, really mixing up WebbJP's timing and finds his way back onto the stage. And just like that, baby, 111%, one misstep and he's dead, but this is doable.
Yeah, EmoLord actually doing a lot to make this happen, especially against WebbJP. A charge shot to the face is going to be the start. The back air to get them off the stage, but when you have flip kick, oh my goodness, what do you do about it? You watch your stock get taken by the boost kick. All the DI in the world couldn't save EmoLord, or indeed other worlds, as Zero Suit Samus. Know yourself, know your enemy. WebbJP goes up 1-0.
The biggest thing is whenever you're fighting against Zero Suit and you're edge guarding, you're ledge trapping, whatever, you always just have to be aware of the fact that Zero Suit can get back onto center stage whenever she does so, please. So a lot of the stocks that EmoLord lost, or rather 2 out of 3 of those, right, the first and the last stock, were exclusively because of the fact that WebbJP was able to flip kick back on. You gotta sit and shield a little bit sometimes. You gotta try to bait it out by going for a quick option, immediately shielding, and then maybe trying to get like a dash back punish. You could also try to call it out at the apex, or the zenith of the flip kick itself, but, you know, overcommitting at the ledge like that, WebbJP just took advantage of it.
I mean, WebbJP, this is an individual, as I mentioned prior in game number 1, Dara. 4th place at the last juice box out of 512 entrants, beating people like Mutates, Bluxious, Kiarash, Wadi, Louis Money, all in one tournament. This is the quality that WebbJP is starting to expect from themselves. They're not the underdog really anymore, though it should be mentioned. They did lose to one opponent 2 times in that tournament. That one opponent could very well be an opponent here today. That was Sharp, of course, on that Wolf. As we go to game number 2, WebbJP, perhaps a bigger goal in mind. EmoLord could well just be in the way. EmoLord going to try to establish on center stage, and yeah, connecting pretty consistently with that back air. It's giving them quite a bit of space, perhaps more so than the projectiles are at the moment, Dara.
That was a really funny interaction. WebbJP just ends up grabbing behind and times it exactly with the same moment with EmoLord there. Ooh, interesting little bit of tether movement there. Not sure if EmoLord was entirely intending to do that. Still slowly trying to find a way back on. Love that Zero. WebbJP was definitely not expecting it. Just a quick little poke saying, hey buddy, back off. I want to get back onto the stage.
EmoLord certainly has a little bit some pretty good company for the Samus play. The Samus from San Antonio, Texas. So down here in the Lone Star State, I mean, they know how to play them some Metroid characters, apparently. I mean, at least that's what Trella, that's the vibe that they give me. But nevertheless, still trying to work through it. And WebbJP has been taking the driver's seat for this one, though not nearly as decisively as EmoLord is going to take that with the charge shot. That's never a good feeling getting hit by that thing.
Both of them just took like 5 seconds to completely whiff each other's moves on one another. That's just like a sign that both of them like still don't have like a really good idea of how they mix up their movement. Really like the way that EmoLord is just using down B to move around really ambiguously. You know, WebbJP making the most out of all that airspeed as well. But I feel like they're just doing a really good job of just like avoiding or trading with each other. Right now, EmoLord controlling the stage right now really well, but that laser is so big for WebbJP because it quickly took the momentum back for themselves.
Oh, EmoLord. This relatively young kid. I mean, WebbJP knows not exactly a senior citizen themselves, but yeah, it just goes to show how bright the future is for Smash in general. I mean, it's EmoLord yet to reach their 16th birthday. WebbJP is well, maybe just a little more seasoned a player, at least in the Jersey scene. But, I mean, what they've been able to do against EmoLord so far, this, again, very effective Samus player. Gotta say, is nothing short of impressive, and doing it with a character that they really have only started to pick up in over the past 6 months. I mean, this is the product of practice, and EmoLord, though they have a lot to be proud of, maybe just a little bit too high of a hill to climb against WebbJP. 2-stock victory on Kalos and a 2-0 victory for the Jersey ZSS.
Such good tracking from WebbJP, just able to quickly clean that suck up. I noticed something that happened in the second stock for some reason from EmoLord at the start with their last stock. For whatever reason, they started really pressing a lot of buttons. They were so antsy when it came to calling out jumps from WebbJP. Started to lose a bit of patience, it seemed, towards the end. You know, started whiffing a lot. WebbJP was just waiting for a lot of those to find his opening in. So I don't really know what happened to EmoLord's game plan, but something at some point deteriorated, and we just started seeing a lot